Hello everybody, my name is Rachel and welcome to my channel Colonati. Today's video is my 2018 Booktubeathon TBR. Take 2, because I totally screwed this up the first time I filmed it. So, Booktubeathon, if you don't know what it is, I will link the announcement video and the YouTube channel. It is a week-long readathon hosted every year by Ariel Bissett. I'm pretty sure this is one of the most popular booktube events every year. And it's my 4th time participating. In the 3 previous years, I have succeeded at finishing 7 books in 7 days and completing all of the reading challenges. So I'm going to try to do that again this year. I feel like I have a bit of a standard to maintain or something. So let's get into it. The first challenge is to flip a coin to determine what will be your first read. So I'm going to do that last. When I've actually shown you what the books are, I'll pick 2 and then do a coin toss to determine which of the 2 I will start reading first. But that leads us straight into the second challenge, which is to read a book about something you want to do. I didn't have any fiction books for this, honestly, but I did have one nonfiction book, which is genuinely about something I want to do, and that is the Content Strategy Toolkit by Megan Casey. I'm very interested in content strategy. You might be able to argue that I do some of it anyway in my job, but not like full-on content strategy. I love reading about it, and I've been meaning to read this book for a long time, so that'll work. The third challenge is to read a book and then watch its movie adaptation during the readathon, and the fourth one is to read a book with green on the cover. And for these 2, I have one book, which is Henry IV Part 2 by William Shakespeare. As of filming this, I haven't read Part 1 yet, so I'm gonna have to hurry up and do that so I can get to this one. I believe this has been adapted multiple times, but the one that I'm going to try to watch is the part of The Hollow Crown that adapts the first and second parts of this. Hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on it in time to actually watch that during the readathon. And as you can tell, it has a very green cover. The fifth challenge is to read a book with a beautiful spine. And honestly, I had a lot of choices for this because I apparently own a lot of books that have beautiful typography on the spine, and I find that to be very attractive. But I ultimately went with Lizard Radio by Pat Schmatz because it has this green, teal green, bubbly metallic design all the way around, including on the spine. It just sort of jumps out at me when I look at it on the shelf because of the color scheme, I think. So I'm gonna try reading this. The good thing is that it's very short, actually. I don't know what it's about, though. I bought a copy because it's a Tiptree Award winner, but really all I know about it is that it's probably young adult science fiction. Challenge number 6 is my least favorite. I'm not a fan of this one. This is to wear the same hat every time you read a particular book. And I hate wearing hats. I despise wearing hats, guys. I do my absolute best to never have to wear them. But I'm going to wear a hat for this challenge because, you know. I do own one hat, but I can't show it in a video because it's work related. So I went to my parents and asked them if they had any spare hats I could borrow for a week. Then I had to explain why I wanted it. And yeah, it's a good thing my parents know something about BookTube. But they said yes, so I am going to be wearing this hat, and I told my dad it was rather Terry Pratchett. I mean, it's not black, but it is the same shape, I think, as a lot of those hats that Terry Pratchett wears in his author pictures. And yeah, if you like the look, you better take a screenshot now because this is never happening again, at least not on camera. But while I am wearing that hat, I'm going to be reading The Wood Wife by Terry Windling. This is a contemporary fantasy set in the American Southwest, and I'm really interested in getting into it. I think when I hauled this, I mentioned that frankly, I bought it because I know Ursula Vernon really likes it, and I really enjoy Ursula Vernon as a person, but also her fiction, which is also sometimes set in the Southwest. So it's another pretty short book, but I also think I'm going to really enjoy it. And as always, the 7th and last challenge is to read 7 books. I have 4 picks, though I actually only need to read 3 more. One of them is an alternate in case I run out of time. So the first one is Monday Starts on Saturday by Arkady and Boris Strugatsky. This is a translated science fiction novel. I do not know anything about it, but I really liked Roadside Picnic by the Strugatskys, so I'm pretty interested in reading more by them. Then we have another translated work, which is this anthology called Iraq Plus 100, edited by Hassan Blassim. Most of the stories in this are translated, and they are by Iraqi authors, and I really like reading short story collections during the readathon because I can read a story or 2 per day, and it works out really well. And then I have Before Mars by Emma Newman. Frankly, I stuck this one on my TBR to make it more likely that I'll actually start reading it. I know, I'm gonna love this book. And maybe it's not such a wise idea to try reading it during a really intense readathon, because maybe I should take my time with it. But you know what, I can always reread it later if I want to. But yeah, one of my most anticipated books of the year. And then my alternate is the only comic that I own, which is Courtney Crumrin and the Night Things by Ted Naifa? Actually don't know how to pronounce that. This is the black and white version. It's the first volume of the Courtney Crumrin series. I don't plan on starting this unless I am really running out of time and I know I'm not going to be able to finish one of these other ones. So now back to the first challenge, which is to do that coin toss. I'm going to choose between Henry IV Part 2 and Before Mars. Let's say Henry IV is heads and Before Mars is tails. I don't know actually how to flip a coin, so, ow, that hurt. Heads. Okay, Henry IV Part 2. I should have practiced flipping a coin before I filmed this, but anyway, that is it. That is my TBR. I have no idea if I will get through all of these books in 7 days. I'm gonna do my best as usual, but this year the dates for the readathon kind of took me by surprise. I wasn't paying attention. Last year I actually had a vacation day during the readathon, which was very helpful. This time I don't, and I'm going to be pretty busy, I think, but we'll see how well I do. So let me know if you are planning to participate in Booktubeathon. I wish everybody happy reading, and I will talk to you again soon. And until then, bye. Not gonna enjoy wearing the hat though. I really can't emphasize that enough.